All right, Jules, let's continue with this mental exercise of Ten Hag, because we mentioned it in passing. I'm not going to list all the injuries, but it's a billion.
Yeah.
When I see Johnny Evans out there, I think to myself, really? But then I also think to myself, obviously, there's no Lisandro. There's even no Maguire.
Sure.
There's no Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw played center back.
He would have played that in that game, yeah.
Well, there's Varane, who he didn't like. Remember the whole period when Varane was on the naughty step? The fullbacks, I know Lindelof. I don't understand. Phil Foden has a dominant foot, right?
Yeah.
Very obviously. 3 times, one of them the goal, 3 times in that game, Foden does the same move where he steps as if he's going to go to the byline. It's almost like, just show him to the byline.
I know.
And deal with it.
If
you can't beat him one-on-one, right?
I know.
And then every time he goes inside, and Lindelof turns with like the speed of like a super tanker.
Yeah.
These are little things, and I appreciate you're not a fullback and whatever, but come on.
Yeah, and it's just, it's not even doing...
That's not Ten Hag's fault.
No, it's not, and it's not even doing the homework like you should do before every game. Okay, who am I going to face? Why? His qualities, blah, blah. Because surely if you're Lindelof and you've been in this country long enough, you know what Phil Foden is about, and you know that he plays on your side, so this is what he's going to do. So unless he thought Mainu or Casemiro will always come in and help him out on the inside, which is very possible. So you're there in case he comes onto his right foot, you're there. And if he comes inside onto his left,
somebody's going to come pick up.
One of the 2-6s has to come, which is fair enough, which is normal. But still, like you said, you can show him on the outside and let him go towards the byline instead of coming inside onto his left foot. So I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't understand the Amrabat mistake. The guy just come on.
That's not Ten Hag's.
That's not Ten Hag's. No. So the limitations of this team is not just on Ten Hag. I was just saying that for me to plan to defend for 90 minutes is impossible. You just cannot do that at this level, and especially even less when you go away at the Etihad against City.
Right. So, okay.
Because in the end, you get battered. So you would have had you tried to play, you probably would have got battered again, but at least you would have tried to play it. And we go back to other teams who have gone to the Etihad and have exploited some of the defensive fragilities, let's call it that way, of City, like we saw on the first goal. Put more pressure on the defense instead of playing that 4-6-0 or even sometimes 6-4-0 for most of the game.
But you go back to the same point, right? Options, because I've been saying it forever since the start of the season. Højlund, you're going to season Højlund and Martial. You're going to be short
for sure.
He'd played Rashford through the middle in the previous games. Rashford was not good.
No.
He started Rashford wide in this game. Rashford scored a great goal. A couple times he got free, but also I thought was generally impalpable. Objectively, if I were Ten Hag and say, Jules, since you're so clever, what am I supposed to do? I have this guy who's rubbish when he plays through the middle, so I have to play him wide. Garnacho is not a forward. I got to play him wide on the other side.
No, I understand.
I don't have a center forward but my best player happens to be a guy who plays number 10. So I don't even have, in Bruno, I don't even have the option of saying, oh, Bruno, you play center forward, because he can't do that, right? And because then I completely take him out of the game and I lose his passing. What should I do? Should I have played McTominay at center forward? I was actually thinking about this,
For example, I don't know. I understand. That's what the limitation. Right? No, but
it's horrendously put. And if you, by the way, if you play Rashford and Garnacho, right? And even if there's some other dude at center forward, Omari Forson, I haven't seen enough of him to know if his real position is center forward or it's wide or whatever, right? Even if I play this dude at center forward, right? And then I'm obviously going to play Bruno.
Yeah.
I'm going to get completely overrun because the other two guys, Casemiro and Maino, can't control City's midfield on their own. So I don't want to say it's lose, but it's just such a badly constructed team.
I'm
not going to be a Ten Hag defender, right?
No, it is. I would have never played McTominay in a game like this. I would rather Ahmad to play on the right, for example. I would have played Rashford in the center and just play him on the shoulder of
But he doesn't want to do that, and he's not good at that.
I know, but in that space. And I think the fact, Bruno as a false 9 is not a bad idea, as we saw on the goal, although we're going to discuss the goal and debrief the goal that United score. But the problem by having Bruno so high in a way up the pitch is that he's also your best passer. So you almost need him like deeper to be able to ping those balls in behind of the high line of City for Garnacho, for Rashford, for Ahmad, for whoever, Anthony, whoever you want to play there. So I know it was always going to be difficult tactically. I'm just not keen on teams ready to defend for 90 minutes. That's it.
I wonder, I mean, if I was to ask you who is City's second best passer of the guys who started, you probably said Kobbie Mainoo, right?
Yeah,
Which-
maybe Casemiro.
Yeah, you know, which I think says a lot, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder, I was surprised Diallo didn't come on. I think
too.
Diallo's, you know, I want to see what he can
I mean,
do.
he's better than Forson, so I don't understand why Forson. Probably better than Anthony as well.
I did wonder a little bit if the issue, if you wanted, I mean, but then you're going in a different direction, right? And you're second guessing. But if you needed another passer on the pitch, could there have been a scenario where you find room for Eriksen?
Yeah, maybe. But if the idea is to play,
Or maybe even at 1-0, maybe that's when you have Eriksen where you try to keep the ball a little bit, force some tactical fouls or something, maybe.
yeah, I mean, if the idea was to try to exploit the high line, which they didn't really do much, then I think another passer would have been clever, and then you would have made your forwards, whoever they are, run in behind and try again and try again. It doesn't matter if you offside 7 times. One time is going to work out.
Well, you say that, and to be fair to Ten Hag, and you talk about exploiting the high line. There's the 3 incidents, right? The one where Garnacho's free, and again, neither of us think it was a penalty, but Garnacho gets there a split second earlier. He's around Ederson, and you got a chance on goal.
Yeah.
The Walker on Rashford, my issue with Rashford is, okay, I know everybody goes on about how fast Walker is and blah, blah, blah. But come on, Rashford, you've got a head start on him. You're 26 years old. I expect you to either draw the foul, like a legitimate foul, not whatever, or to be able to get in front of them.
But when he goes down, he can still get to the ball. That's why I'm struggling to understand, because if the ball was too far and he's trying to get the foul, fair enough. But when he goes down, the ball has gone to his side, not Walker's side. So there's Walker, Rashford, and then the ball. So he can still get to the ball instead of going down.
That's surprising. Look, obviously he's had a really difficult season.
No, I understand that.
I think his image isn't helped by part of what's happened, that Players Tribune thing. Like, I understand what you're trying to do, but I think it's completely tone deaf in this context.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting the best advice media-wise. And it's missing from United. It's missing because he's one of United's leaders. You know, he's the local kid.